G'day everyone, welcome to April's monthly mortgage update. Hard to believe we are sort of started to see some chilly days and the heat pumps are on, and I think winter is surely on its way. I hope everyone's doing well, hope everyone's doing okay. A real quick and short, simple, sharp update. I think everywhere we turn the TV on or radio on or talk to friends, I think interest rate is one of the biggest hot topic. So I thought this monthly newsletter will just start from interest rate. They have gone too high too quickly. And I believe, talking to Tony Alexander just a few weeks ago, he's sort of thinking that rates might touch nearly 6%. Not really sure if that's going to go any higher than 6%, because all the interest rate have already been, the fixed interest rate especially, they've been priced in the market already. So I think the 1-year rate, if you look at any sort of bank's website, they're sitting at just under 5%. So the way things are going, I think the 1-year rate might actually touch 5.5%. I'll be surprised if it goes above 6%. Definitely the fix for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, they're going to look really high. So long story short, if your home loan is up for renewal, please make sure you take some time to really think what your short and long-term goal is. Again, this advice is not really specific to you, it's more sort of a general advice. If your mortgage is under 300, 350-ish, and if it's sort of me, I'll definitely look at sort of fixing for a shorter term, maybe 1 year, maybe 18 months time. I fixed one of my rental loans for 18 months just last month. And the reason behind this, because I think the rate's going to sort of keep going up by end of next year, middle of next year, and then we may start seeing some reduction in 12 to 18 months time. So that's just purely based on I've been talking to so many different economists and of course the people high up at the bank. If your mortgage is more than 400 or 450, 500, you might want to just lock in for maybe a bit of a mixture of 18 months or 2 years time. Again, everyone's situation is different. If your loan is up for renewal and you might want to add some top up to consolidate some debt or buy a new car or doing some renovation, it's always a good idea to have the small top up on a shorter term, maybe even 5 or 10 years term, and might be a good idea just to lock in for no more than 1 year. But again, everyone's situation is different, so always more than happy to advise on the fixed rates. Property market, look, I don't think so there'll be any sort of crash. The media is always late to the party, and they've been saying the property prices have dropped by 10%. Reality is they've been sort of dropping since November last year. But reality is, if you look at Christchurch from the last couple of years, the property market has gone over 30%. So if they're dropping back by 10, or I believe, I will not be surprised if we actually see a bit of a correction of maybe even 15%. Reality is majority of Christchurch is still sitting on a very high capital gains if you've bought the property 3, 4, 5 years ago. So if you are thinking of selling, buying again because your family is growing, you need to go to a school zone, or you might need a bigger home, timing is always right. You just got to see what's important and what is your priority for the next 12 to 18 months time. We will see a little bit of less action this year, because everything is purely driven by affordability, and affordability is driven by what sort of mortgage payments you're paying. So now straight away, if you fixed at 2.5% and now the interest rate for 2 years is 5.25, your repayments are going to go, let's for argument's sake, from $450 to $650. Not everyone will be excited to actually jump and do something, but always look at the big picture. If your plan is to move, more than happy to help and just crunch some numbers based on what your net deposit will be if you're looking at selling. If you're looking to buying your first home, if you know someone who's in the market to buy their first place, again, timing is great. Yes, the rates have gone slightly higher, but Christchurch is still sitting at a very affordable price range. We're doing mortgages every day for first-time buyers. Still, there are properties from 450, 428, 520. I've got a contract this morning in New Brighton, and I believe this is the year of New Brighton. And next year is going to be the year of New Brighton, with a lot of development that's going on. And finally, that part of city is getting a huge cash injection from plenty of different developers in town. If you look at Marine Parade, I'm actually quite excited to see how it's going to look like in the next 5 to 7 years' time. So watch this space. I think this year is going to be the year of East. For investment properties, we are doing heaps and heaps of that. I think half of my clients, my own personal clients, they're buying investment properties, and majority of them, they're buying new builds. You have an equity in your property, you would like to buy a section and build a home, or buy a house and land package, buy a townhouse. Always good to understand, why would you like to buy investment property? What is going to be the numbers? What the mortgage payments will be? What the rent will be? What if the property is empty for 3 or 4 months? Do we have cash available to hold for 3 or 4 months? So these are all the bits and pieces we'll always discuss with you before you sign a conditional sales and purchase agreement and pay deposit after going unconditional. Yeah, that's just a journal update. We are quite excited to be finally moving into a bigger office next door. It's such a blessing for us, as we don't have to change the office address. We were so lucky, the office right next door, Primary ITO, they moved. We ended up grabbing their space. The lawyers upstairs, they've moved into our office. So the full fit out is on its way, and hoping to move in, hoping to have everything all done maybe in the 2nd or 3rd week of May, and then surely we'll update you once our new office is up and running, and we look forward to catching up with all of you. That's it from me. Any questions, always here to help. Yeah, please feel free to hit reply or give me a buzz, and I look forward to catching up with you guys in May. Thanks everyone.